What's going on, everybody? It is CGA back in here with the Blue Chip Mindset. Appreciate you for being here. Hopefully, every day you come here, it's a source of inspiration, and maybe you can redirect your life in a way that you find passion and purpose in whatever you're doing. And I'm here to help with that. Listen, I'm Coach Rick Adams, if you don't know, and this is the Blue Chip Mindset. It's related to the free agent lifestyle, which was my first book that I published in 2018, and this is the extension of it. All right, what we want to do is we want to tell men and women specifically what they need to do to reorganize and redirect their life to the purpose or the position that they really want to be in. Sometimes it takes us taking risks. Sometimes it takes us doing something that we're completely uncomfortable with. So join me here as we go on this journey. Listen, starting in 2020, we did the Blue Chip Mindset series as a part of some live streams that I've done on another channel, the Free Agent Lifestyle channel, and we dedicated every Wednesday to the Blue Chip Mindset. The Blue Chip Mindset, if you don't know, is part of the American lexicon. The term blue chip references people who are higher value. In fact, in the three-color card poker game, okay, the three-color poker game where the chips were certain colors, the highest value chips were the blue chips. Sometimes they were worth $20 or $100. That was the higher value chip. So as a result, some people were deemed as blue chip if they were higher value, particularly in college sports. The higher level recruits, the 4- and 5-star recruits, the difference makers, the people who will keep these coaches employed were called the blue chippers. In fact, there was a movie called Blue Chips with Shaquille O'Neal. Anyway, also people that go through higher level universities, Vanderbilt, the Ivy Leagues, the All Ivies, University of California, Los Angeles, AKA UCLA. These students who come from these universities come from good backgrounds. Typically what would happen is when they started applying for jobs, the headhunters, the recruiters, the people that work for corporations that look to hire the best talent, call these people the blue chippers. As a result, we're talking about the blue chip mindset. We want people to be high value or consider themselves higher value. And the way you do that is you, first of all, develop a structure within yourself to break the cycle that might have got you in the current situation you're in. Maybe you're already a blue chipper and you can use this message to reinforce any ideas that you might have about your life. But in this video, we're going to talk about why I decided to get rid of my rotation, if you will. When we talk about rotation, we're talking about the dating life, the dating life, women in your life. And sometimes when you have a lot of women in your life, or you're dating or you're married, you're trying to date, you're trying to find that right mate, sometimes this could be an absolute distraction. So you can have a rotation, but you can just be dating people, right? So with the advent of dating apps, what we found was, and including social media, what we find is a lot of people distract themselves and they really realize how much time they're dedicating to these activities. You're dedicating a lot of activities swiping. Not only that, you're dedicating a lot of opportunities or time related to messaging, trying to meet people for dates, setting up dates, getting the date, sometimes mating each other. Sometimes you get into a situation where you're double booking dates. You got multiple dates. You got multiple people that you're meeting in one day, right? If you're really gifted, you have a lot of interested suitors and you're really busy with everybody that you meet on your dates. Now, I know a lot of you guys can relate to this. Some of you guys can't. All right. But the end of it, sometimes you end up with 2 or 3, maybe more people that you're juggling, trying to figure out which one's going to be the 1 or which one's going to be the 3, which one's going to be the 5. All right. Depending on how greedy you are. And if it comes easy, you can get greedy. But what you'll discover is it's taking up a lot of time and it's eating up opportunity costs. Not only is it eating up opportunity costs, it's preventing you from taking that energy that you would be using, getting dates, selling people on who you are. It's preventing you from using that energy to transmute into some things that can provide real value for you. Okay. So the value that it can provide for you is if you're learning how to sell women on how good you are, you certainly can learn how to sell something to make some money back. But you're out of energy, you're out of time, and you're out of opportunities. And so one of the things I had to look at in my life when I developed the free agent lifestyle philosophy was like, if I put this time and energy into something that could give me value, what could come of this, right? What could come of this? And I discovered that I was wasting time and energy on some decent people, But these people weren't providing value from me. What I figured out is they were extracting resources from me. Not a lot, little by little. A date here, a meetup there, a drink here, all right, a overnight there. These things eat up opportunity costs, and it eats up significant portions of time. You rush home 5:30, 6 o'clock just to get ready to go for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe even longer, just so you can hang out with a mate. That would be 6 hours, and then you wake up the next day and you realize you are not ready to work. You're not ready to go. And depending on what you did that night before, you really ain't ready. And then you have to juggle that opportunity again with the next woman, or the next day with the next, or the same person. And that is a lot, a lot of young men, they think they're winning, but a lot of times you're losing, and you're losing big. So let me just tell you something. When I finally said I'm going to be done with it, no more of that stuff. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to do it for 90 days straight. Some people might call it a monk mode. It is a short monk mode, but I said I'm going to dedicate 90 days of my life. Get rid of that lifestyle. Get rid of that rotation, because the people weren't providing that much value to you other than a little bit of pleasure. So I said there are going to be certain things that I want to do before I go back to that lifestyle. And I'm going to name some of those things that you might want to do in order to get yourself in a better position of leveraging options before you go back to that type of lifestyle. And when you go back to that lifestyle, you'll see if it's actually worth even doing something like that. Juggling dates, online dating, all right, trying to find your mate. Is it really worth it? Were you actually looking for something because you didn't have value leveraging options? Were you looking at women as your source because you didn't have leveraging options? Were you looking for that pleasure reward system because you didn't have your stuff straight? And I highly recommend men look at their lives and ask that hard question. Are you doing this to make yourself feel good because you don't have leveraging options? All right, ask yourself that. But take a look at this. I want you to listen. These are some of the things that I said that I will have in order to go back to that lifestyle, or at least go back to that type of activity. These are the things that I said. All right, and you can even apply this to marriage and relationship. I won't get married until my credit score is above 700. All right, I know that's minimal. You might want it above 725, 730, maybe 750, maybe 800. But I said to myself, I would not even consider a serious relationship till my credit score was above 700. Now, it's one of those things that might make sense to some people and some people not. In fact, many people that I know that value their rotation, their mouthpiece, running game, these people's credit scores aren't that good. Not only is it not good, they don't have the second thing, which is financial literacy. I'm not going to do anything until I really understand how credit works, because there's two types of people. There's one that pays interest and one that makes interest. And I wanted to be a person that made interest. In fact, I could not move on with my life and forward to go dating apps unless I understood how to make interest instead of paying interest, which leads me to number 3, getting out of debt. Of course, if you want to make interest and prevent from paying interest, you definitely can't be in debt. And you got to get rid of all your debt in order for you to make yourself feel like you have leverage and options. So that was a big thing for me. All right. And number 4, learn how to have certain bank accounts in order to make yourself fiscally sound. All right. And so we have 4 type of bank accounts that we tell everybody to have, which is your personal savings. It's going to be your business account, your investment account, and then your emergency fund. All right. There's other type of accounts that we discuss every Sunday night over on Zoom, but you can get this information at patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams. We call it the money mindset, and we tell you how to organize these things and how much income you should be putting into these accounts. All right. And then the last thing, not only becoming fiscally literate or financially literate, it is making sure I understood what type of investment accounts that I should have. All right. What type of investments or investor did I want to be? Now, a lot of people will give investment advice. I think it can be quite confusing because people don't know how to balance their investments out. Really, you don't even understand how you want to target your investors, right? Or investing, because we want you to get to the investment stage. That is the best way to maximize the resources that are available to you in the world. And trust me, there's plenty of resources available for you. You just got to target them. But here's the thing. Becoming an investor, you have to know what you want to invest in. Not investing everything. And you don't have to be an expert in everything. Sometimes you can be an expert in one type of investing and you can make a lot of money. And you can be completely ignorant, or you can say, I know about that. I don't want to take that risk. I don't want to understand it. I don't want to invest in that. Some people will tell you to have a balanced portfolio, and these are all good strategies. But you will find that the most solid investors actually invest in one or two things, and then they take those investments and maybe have someone manage another sector of investing. So I said, I want to learn how to invest, and I also want to learn how to invest in something that I truly believe in. Now, that I'm not going to talk about today in today's video. That's another video, all right? But you have real estate, you have money markets, you have the market. Some people invest in cryptocurrency, real estate, land. There's a whole bunch of land development. There's a whole bunch of things, commercial real estate. There's a lot of different things you can invest in. And sometimes people want to be an expert in all of these things. They want to be a jack of all trades, master of none. But some people really hone in on the type of investments they want. And that's what I want you to start doing. And before you get yourself back on those dating apps and waste your time, before you deal with low quality individuals in your romantic life, before you brag to me about the granny panties that you're out here banging, you probably want to get some of these things in order before you head out there. And I want to hear from you in the comment section. Interact with this video. Tell me what it is that you would do before you go back on the dating marketplace, before you date, before you get into a relationship. What is it that you would do? Because there's something. Maybe you want to own a house. Maybe you want to own a pet like Nova sitting over there. Go check out her channel. All right, I'll put a card up here in this video, but Nova's got a channel too. What is it that you want to do? Go all in on it and develop some of those things before you go back out there and tell me how good you are with dating and women. Not only that, maybe it's travel. All right, maybe you want to see 5 countries, 10 countries. Maybe you just want to get your passport. Okay, these are all things that you might want to consider. And unfortunately, a lot of us don't even realize that until a certain point of our life. It could be 35 or 40. Unfortunately, some people grow up and they've already achieved these things at 18 to 20. Think of the head start that they have on you when that happens. So I want you to think about those things. Interact with this video. Let us know down here. And my name is CGA, Coach Greg Adams. Do me a favor, subscribe to this channel. I know I'm asking a lot. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. We're going to be back with another video. Take notes. Peace.